Well, Congress now has less than 6 hours to come to some kind of budget deal by midnight to avoid a government shutdown, with effects being felt even here in the Lowcountry. Our Web Right talked to a local professor about how the shutdown would affect those in the Charleston area. Web?
Well, according to the U.S. Office of Personnel Management, nearly 25,000 federal employees could be affected by the shutdown. The biggest effects here at home would likely be to non-essential civilian workers, such as our national parks.
We're hoping that things don't shut down and we're able to walk around.
Since 1980, there have been 14 other times that Congress hasn't met the midnight deadline. But a couple of those times, really 10 of them, that Congress was able to come to an agreement the next day and nothing was really affected.
That's certainly the hope today for those in the Lowcountry affected by a shutdown, like the area national parks.
This is a question of places like Congaree can just remain open, where people can hike the trails, but there would be no park rangers there. This is obviously much more difficult for a place like Fort Sumter. It's one of those things where you'd have a reduction in the workforce who's going to be there to serve that place, and also for Fort Sumter, the question is, how would people be able to welcome them off of the boats?
We reached out to the National Park Service, the Coast Guard, and Joint Base Charleston. None of them would go on record. I'll admit they are playing the waiting game like everyone else.
Those essential places, which would be the military, TSA, Coast Guard, they will continue to operate as they need to. The VA is going to continue to be able to operate as well. Congress isn't supposed to be passing all the funding in only one bill and one vote. There really are a dozen different appropriation bills that they could pass individually. And right now, they've only been passing them as one collective omnibus bill. There are ways, which we've seen before, that they can split the package up, essentially pass the non-controversial legislation early, and then move the conversation on the things that are more difficult to find agreement.
And for tourists in Charleston, today could be the last day for a tour like this.
Come to an agreement. Everybody's got to come to an agreement and not shut things down.
Now, the last federal government shutdown was the last one that ran from 2018 to 2019. It lasted 35 days and eventually cost the economy $3 billion that the government was not able to recoup. A large portion of those losses went to pay back military members and furloughed employees. Working for you, Web Right, News 4.